Okay, part 3 of chapter 2, the IDU benefit selection model. Look guys, what we're looking here is fundamentally just the basics. I mean, what is it you're trying to get into people's heads? So you have here the key benefit. Benefit positioning was the B part, TCB, macro. Again guys, just technical terms that really frustrate me at times. Now, the key benefit could be instinct, archetype, emotional. Like what triggers a response in your head? Okay, or is it a combination of these? Now, the theory behind all of this is, okay, that there's a single key benefit. There's something that fundamentally makes up the soul of the Nike brand or the soul of the Adidas brand. There's one thing that if we were putting it together on a pie chart, you'd say, well, yeah, 70% is this. Nike, the victory, that underlying message that you wear it, you're a winner, you're great, you're better than the other guy, you're not a loser. Okay, that might be it. So, you look at it. But this is where it gets interesting. Is there a set of several benefits? And how do you pull them apart? And that's what this book's trying to do. That it thinks that it can pull it apart and go, look, it's a great lasagna, right? And pull it apart technically and go, oh yeah, it had 10% salt, had 15% Italian herb mixes. We had fresh sheets of pasta. The bolognese sauce was from a particular part of Italy. The tomatoes, which were hand crushed before we used them. It's a combination of veal. Guys, all of these things and bring it together. It's bloody hard to do, right? But they're trying to make this a science, right? And it's scary that with all your modern reporting and your digital analytics, you actually can figure out to a large extent what elements of your ads are now working. But this was done in a data analytics age, trying to get the message across. Yeah, the deliverable by the brand is, how believable is it? Is it really? Aldi, good different, is it? BMW, are they the ultimate driving machine? They're the examples I've been using. Now, is it unique to the brand? Is Nike the only brand that you're a winner? Wearing Adidas, does that imply you're a winner or not? That's the stuff we've got to look at, guys. And that's exactly what they're trying to say. That when you're the marketing manager sitting there going, how do we keep getting our ads to tell the story of our brand? That's exactly what you have to look at for your individual assignment and your group assignment. When you're designing your ads, why? How are they still telling the story that works for the customer, and what appeals are we using? Now here it is. The IDU strategy for the key benefit is that it must be emphasized in all the brand's marketing comms. So they're saying that we keep on track. That's a unified voice, be it Instagram, Facebook, whatever. We're telling the same story. Guys, it's not hard. Now I like this entry ticket benefit. This is the only book that ever uses entry ticket benefit.
The recording has reached its
is a benefit that must be delivered by every brand in that product or service category in order for the brand to be judged as a legitimate member of the category. In other words, running shoes. Am I actually able to run in them without them falling apart, me landing on my face? Okay, same here with toothpaste. Protects against cavities. Well, I hope you're using a toothpaste that actually does the fundamental benefit. All right, but again, look, entry ticket benefit. Again, guys, this is the frustration of a highly theoretical book. Look at this. Inferior benefit is still a benefit. Guys, I'm not worried about that. Again, focus on the positive side. Now, so the IDU strategy is to key benefit, important, deliverable, and unique. Okay, that yes, KFC. What does it deliver apart from a heart attack for guys my age? The taste, right? Do they deliver? Is it unique? Yes, right? No one has copied the KFC formula to get it right. Do you need to sit there and say entry benefits? if it's unique to your brand. I don't know, guys. Look, what's interesting though is this gets ramped up to the next level. A multi-attribute model analysis is pretty much, if we go back to the crazy lasagna example I gave you, what part of that creates the ultimate lasagna? Right, what gets it there? Is it the bechamel sauce? I'm actually getting hungry now. The mix of cheeses you use. What is it that we get there? So what it's trying to do here is, what are the major benefits? Now, guys, this is our core business as marketers. If you don't know why your customers are buying it, you're a moron. Oh, sorry, should never have used that language. But it shows to me how important I view it. This should be automatic. As a marketer, we absolutely need to be able to look at it and go, this is why they're buying it. Why are people coming to UAW? I ask students all of the time. We sit there and a lot of them go, oh, my agent told me, and I went, that's it. Yep, and it's that simple. They left the decision to an agent. Or I said, how much is it because of friends? No. How much is it due to your advertising? No. How much is it due to the rankings? Oh, yeah, the rankings sort of important. How about its reputation? Yeah, it's a good uni. It's a good uni, good price in a good country. That was it. Which, in terms, it does my head in, because I think there'd be a lot more thought. But clearly, an Australian university has a degree of being in a safe environment. Okay, and a lot of the perceived risk has already been factored into the decision. All right, so again, bold uniqueness. What we're looking at here is, now look, this is trying to come up and spend a lot of money in determining which features to advertise, which to identify, that if you put in your advertisements, your communications, people are going to notice and lean more favourably towards your product versus their next competitor. We're not going to do that, okay? This is advanced advertising, and I don't know if it's even that relevant anymore. You have brands that have spent billions of dollars over years. They have their own momentum. They know where they want to be. People are looking at them as kids and understanding their position. All right, so again, you have an example here of, and this is one that I do want you to read, for emotional positioning, transformational brands. This terminology has been picked up in the literature. It's a great book. It really is. In terms of advertising, don't allow my trying to simplify it to take it away from how sophisticated this book really is. Now, let's look here. Emotional positioning. You have the example of Saab, right? It had a decline in sales. It didn't have a clear image. All right, and this happens a lot. People go, well, what is it? What really? It doesn't relate to me. Now, so you had prospective buyers, and what did it mean? Now, the consultants focused on emotions, the transformational benefits, and this to me, guys, is really the part that goes, all right, it's in the ABE model, but it's, what is it? How does, I say it simply is, how does owning this relate to your self-esteem and how you perceive yourself? How does it help you add to how you want the people to look at you? So you put it down. So what does it do? The Saab was one of the ugliest cars I've ever seen. But, and ironically, the reason it's here, every marketing manager in Australia owned one at some point. It was viewed as the marketing, not so nice descriptor of our profession, purchase a vehicle of choice. And its individuality and personal, it was so different to anything else, saying, are you confident enough to drive a Saab? And they went well. And that was it. It was like saying, I'm driving a Saab. I'm not just another BMW, owner or a Volvo, Mr. Safety. I'm buying something that says, hey, look at me. I'm confident. I've got the guts not to be a sheep. And you sit there, and this is what I like about this table. If you can do something similar for your brand, you're doing really well. How much was driving pleasure? How much safety? You're trying to look at the emotional benefits, trying to come up with that. I'd be happy with just a rough score, just to show you, getting you to focus on what are the key attributes of the brand. If you don't understand what the brand means to your customer, you will fail. Right, it is that's what you'll fail here, you'll fail in a marketing position. Right, this is our profession. There's no excuse for getting this wrong. That's why I've taken so much time going into detail with this. So again, you look at this in terms of, they give the example of functional. In other words, what it does, it's a packet of peas, right? What are peas meant to do? Well, taste good, right? Come out reasonable condition. So what are we looking at here? Low price, brand reputation. How good does the pack look when you pick it up? Just simple stuff, guys. Now look, they get very excited about these ratings, etc. And again, this once upon a time may have been useful. I just want you to think of your brand as, how does it compete? And that's a fundamental thing. Compared to your competitors, where does it sit in their mindset? Now, this is interesting. I really like the multi-attribute strategy options, and I expect to see this. Is it a unique brand? How important is the benefit? It's all about the taste. Comparative strategy. Do you sit there and saying ours is better, theirs is worse? Innovation. Choice rule. How do people go about doing it? You need to understand this and apply it, so you know in terms of how does the consumer see your competitor's brand. That's all that matters. If you're the only brand in the marketplace, who cares? They buy your product. If there are two, but you're the market leader with 80%, do we really care about the 20%? No. But in a hotly contested situation, yeah, we're pouring a lot of money in to keep the sales coming through. So guys, look, the ABE claims structure model, guys, again, I just look at, in terms of the attributes, the benefit, what emotions are we playing with, and you've got these two absolute classics of how to explain it. Is it an informationally motivated product? In other words, Joe's cleaning service is the best. John West the best for canned food, or transformational. And this matters in terms of how you appeal. I mean, are you trying to create an emotional connection with your canned tuna? Guys, that's what we've got to look at. All right, so it is one of those things that this is interesting. And now we get to the absolute crux of to me, the chapter, the positioning statement. Absolutely must be able to do. This needs to be filled out. You can't do this, you're not a marketer. Target customer. Who are they? What's the audience? What's the creative target? What are we trying to do? What's the customer need? What are the alternative brands? What are the benefits? Where are they? This is just a checklist to say that you're constructing your MARK940 accurately. So they've given the example here for the Saab brand. Okay? Now, and also for the canned peas, but you can see the terminology. All right? Meal planner. Who's the target for peas? Guys, this really is what we're trying to fill out using the theory that we've just gone over. It's not that hard. And when you look at it, it's all about integrated MARK940 and positioning. If you know what your brand is delivering, how it's getting interpreted, you design your ads and you show that connection. That's a critical thing. We're designing our MARK940 this way because it works for the target audience. It's not difficult. Our profession is not difficult. Yet there are so many companies that get really excited. Oh, I've got this great idea, and wonder why the ad totally bombs out, or it gets viewed by a whole heap of people, but sales actually decrease. Right? This is our profession, guys. And the beauty of this chapter is it goes into absolute great detail.